Hey everybody, welcome back. We are watching Breaking Bad, reacting to Breaking Bad. We are on season 3, episode no clue. It's been over 2 weeks since I last watched. I've had all the bathroom stuff going on this week. And so I'm just kind of tired, hurting, and had a migraine earlier, but it's gone. Smoky, Purdy. We are on season 3, episode 9, Kafkaesque. Kafkaesque. I think it's pronounced Kafkaesque. 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 That might be it. I don't know. That sounds more Russian than Spanish. So that's where we're at on the episode. The last thing I remember is Hank was in the hospital and family were waiting to hear the results from his surgery. Gus had brought food for the law enforcement team and made Walter nervous. Walt learned that Gus knew the truth, that he was at the hospital because he wasn't forthright with him when it first happened. Meanwhile, Jesse was in the lab just kind of spinning his wheels. And I think all of that stuff is the last thing I watched. I'm not positive, but I think that's the last thing I watched. I'm thinking the twins are dead, but I'm not positive. For some reason, I'm thinking they're dead, and I can't remember if that was something I watched or if it's just something I made up in my head. I know that the leader in the Southern Territory, Gus's counterpart, was not happy about them attacking Hank and didn't realize that Gus set them up. I do remember that part. I can't remember everything, but I think that's kind of where we're at. Purdy's trying to decide if she's going to lay down, so we will see. But I also apologize for the time period where video slowed down. I'm on new medication, and with having to get up early for the construction guy, on top of just trying to stay awake and all that kind of stuff, it was really hard for me to edit videos. As soon as I would start to edit, I would start to fall asleep. So it was a little more difficult for me, but hopefully that picks up starting this week. We will find out and kind of go from there. But I do apologize for videos slowing down, but hopefully they'll be picking back up again by the time you've seen this. And I think that's it. Let's go ahead and see what's going on with everybody and see what trouble we're getting into. And I'll make sure the little box thingy is not over my face.
In the little village where I was born, life moved at a slower pace.
Where who was born?
There,
Los Pollos Hermanos is a registered trademark of Madrigal Electromotive. Gambriel? I, I don't have my contacts in. I can't read the very last word. So the Chicken Brothers. And that's Los Pollos is the name of the restaurant. Is it Los Pollos Hermanos? Is that the name of the full proper name of the restaurant?
for their delicious cooking, they season their zesty chicken.
We got a commercial going on.
The finest ingredients are brought together with loving care.
Other than some of the ingredients, it does look good.
And you will know.
The blue meth. I can't hear myself. I'm yelling. Okay, so they are back to cooking. And I might have seen that. That's vaguely familiar where he showed back up to work. They got quite a few people working for them. Is that chicken fat? So they know which ones have the goods. Alma Gordo. Is that the fat Alamo? Looks like he's getting his stuff. All of the treasure that he wants.
What are we, running a charity? Come on, man, we're gonna take it out.
Leave it. One batch, one ship. Stop complicating things.
They're like an old married couple.
$96 million. All right, 96 million.
Now, granted, the Gus and the higher ups are still getting way more than what these two are getting, and they're the ones making it. But Gus also provided the staff and the equipment and the he's providing the process for distribution, and so I still don't know how all that breaks down, but he should be getting a bigger chunk than what they're making. That much of a chunk, I don't know, but
96 to our 3. That is messed up, yo. That is so messed up.
minus their 3, it'd be
Fairness
93
wise,
million.
Jesse, you are now a millionaire. And you're complaining?
True.
One where
First world problems.
Actually... Hey, we gotta hash this out. Hey!
Asshole.
Glad to see you still have your twisted sense of humor.
I bet you he's hurting pretty good.
He's got my phone somewhere if you want to run the incoming. Not that you're going to learn anything worth knowing.
I think he just figured out that Gus is the one that may have given Hank the heads up. Maybe. Or Saul. I'm trying to remember what all Walt knows and doesn't know. He doesn't know about the twins, but he knows that Hank was on to them as far as the blue meth, and he was attacked because of the blue meth. And he knows that Saul knows about Hank being on their trail. I can't remember if Walt knows the connection between Gus and Saul. I don't think he does. Is he going over to Saul? Oh, and I just realized in my intro, I said that I thought Gus got the twins killed. Hank killed the twins. Well, killed one of the twins. And then Gus sent somebody in to kill the other twin in the hospital. So I remember that part now.
Skylar,
She's going to ask him.
I had nothing to do.
Are we safe?
He doesn't know that for sure, though. The camp counselor. It's not camp, but...
Place is full of dead-eyed douchebags. The hours suck and nobody knows what's going on. So.
Seems kind of Kafkaesque.
Kafkaesque.
Yeah.
That's close.
Look at these, Hank. Aren't they beautiful?
Beautiful.
Wow, look at the size of this basket.
Is Hank going to freak out?
Just going to do a quick peripheral response, all right? See where we're at.
Moment of truth.
See if he's still paralyzed.
This.
Can't feel it.
I don't know. 4. Okay.
That's better than a 0.
3.
Okay. All right, good.
I think it would be better if he couldn't see what he was doing. The mind can trick us sometimes
Nerve function is returning.
Thank God.
as the swelling's going
All
down.
right. Mrs. Schrader, I get your frustration, really, I do. But my best advice is
I think Skylar's going to volunteer to pay money towards it and use Hank's end of the money, I think. Which he may not enjoy her volunteering his money to do that. We'll see if my prediction's right. I need a pedicure right now.
I went ahead and started with
Oh, and Gus is probably
Ladies,
paying
this is
Sal a
Jesse's
certain
son.
amount.
He's in for at $312,000. It's a steal.
312,000.
Don't you get
But
it?
it also
On the
can be
outside,
used to
it's the
sneak
nails.
stuff.
Here's you, right? Pinkman, get it? Okay. Here's your So you want me to buy this place so I can pay taxes? I'm a criminal, yo.
Yeah, and if you want to stay a criminal and not become, say, a
I was going to say,
convict,
he's trying to
then
keep
maybe
him
you
out
should
of
grow
jail.
up. Hey, hey, listen to it. Come on, I'm talking to you about your
Don't
future
slip on
here.
the
Listen to
floor.
reason.
He did slip a little there at the very end. Is he going to tell Gus that they're on to something going on? Not necessarily on to Los Pollos, but
He'll live.
is he going to ask him if he gave him a heads up?
Walter, you seem troubled.
Lay the cards on the table.
That's the best way to do business.
My brother-in-law, moments before he was attacked. Someone called to warn him. Those two men, the assassins. I believe I was their prime target.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because the one twin was eyeing him down and then trying to get to him at the hospital when he saw him at the door with all the other law enforcement officers. And the law enforcement thought he was staring at them in general, but Walt knew he was staring at him. So how is he connecting it to Gus? I still don't know that part. Other than that, Gus had mentioned that he's got his fingers in everything to keep an eye on stuff. Something like that.
He made that phone call because he wanted a shootout, not a silent assassination. If this man had his own source of product on this side of the border, he would have the market to himself.
Okay. So he was thinking deeper on it. So that's how he made the connection.
I respect the strategy.
Okay.
I would have done the same.
Yeah, he might have. That's true. Is the rest of the family in danger?
I don't know what happens when our 3-month contract ends.
Call it 15. Open-ended.
He's thinking about it, isn't he? I think, and this shows how differently we think about things. So he wanted to know what happens past the 3 months. Meanwhile, I'm sitting there thinking he's going to ask, how's he going to make sure the rest of his family stays safe? So, little different priorities. I mean, after all, he's doing it for his family. Oh, here we go with the speeding again. He's not going to be suicidal, is he? Or is it adrenaline rush getting offered $15 million a year? Suicidal? Or seeing if it's just dumb luck? Is he going to roll it? Fishtailed some. I'm surprised he didn't roll. You can see some of the practice ones right there. Got to get new tires now. Burnt all the rubber off.
Mr. Pike. I guess he was like a Marine or something before he got
Trying to describe him differently.
done as fast as possible. I figured I could cut classes for the rest of the
Oh,
semester.
maybe he's not talking about
Flunk me as long
Walt.
as you should have seen it. It was insane.
Maybe he is talking about Mr. White because his first attempt at making the blue meth, he couldn't get it. He had some good stuff, but it wasn't the quality that he was shooting for. But then this season, it is the quality. It is the same quality, even though Walt put it down. So maybe he is still talking in metaphors. Well, not metaphors, in code.
I built it out of Peruvian walnut with inlaid zebra wood. It was fitted with pegs, no screws.
No, maybe not. I still think Skylar's going to offer up money.
Oh, yeah, you should. I'm sorry. Come on in, Taz.
Okay.
We were just having some wine. Would you like
She's like, crap.
I know you need to be with your family, but
He wants to be serious with her.
Are you really going to make me do this right now?
She's using him.
Can't believe you had to crush the RV. Must have been like,
Hey, Badger.
I gotta pay taxes now? What the hell's up with that? That's messed up, yo. That's Kafkaesque.
Kafkaesque. He's going to start shorting the register. Badger. So they're infiltrating the group so they can get folks to buy.
hope in hell of this case.
Shame on them. Don't like them targeting folks who are trying to get themselves better. You guys know how I feel about that. Give them money.
We can always pay their bills. Walt earned it.
Told you he wouldn't like it.
All came down to really was
Money.
money. Pure and simple.
It's a good cover.
A system for counting cards in blackjack.
Counting cards is illegal? Well,
What do you mean, like Rain Man?
depends on how you count them, but
That the casinos report your winnings to
I like how he's leaning into.
the very last dime we had to our name gone.
Skylar's coming up with some good cover here.
Do that to her, Walt. Anyway, the system of his. Much money. Walt.
Don't give an exact.
It's into 7 figures.
Use it to take care of Hank.
Okay, so Walt's on board because it was a good cover.
How did you come up with that?
Okay, so she's making him pay for it because she's made the link somehow or another. She just doesn't know exactly how. Well, welcome back. Why'd you leave in the first place? So, a bit of a slower episode, but to be expected. We've had a lot of excitement going on lately. We need to kind of put pieces back in place and kind of go from there. As I've said before, we can't have excitement every episode. So Skylar did what I thought she would. Hank was initially upset with her, still kind of upset with her, but impressed with her cover story, but also feeling guilty because Skylar confronted him about the fact that she knows that what he's doing is somehow connected with Hank. And so she's making him pay for it. So, Pinkman, I do not like what he's doing, do not approve of it. You know, there's a lot of folks out there that would buy it that aren't in recovery. Go hit them. Don't hit the folks that are trying to get back on track with their lives and trying to heal and recover and all that. I do not like that. That's all I can think of. Thank you all for joining me on this one, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.